exactly, Matt. It was completely self-inflicted when she brought that up. They didn't really lead her down the path of, and how did you feel in the royal family? Did they suppress you? It wasn't like an Oprah-esque interview. It was meant to be about business and pots of jam. But of course, she can't stray very far away from her victim complex and all the trauma that happened to her.
When you thought Meghan Markle had finally run out of tricks, oh no, she pulls another one. And this time, she doesn't just embarrass herself in front of Hollywood or the royals. No, this time, she manages to turn Bloomberg, yes, Bloomberg, into her latest enemy. Can you believe it? Bloomberg, one of the most respected media powerhouses in the world, has made it crystal clear they're done with Meghan Markle forever. According to insiders, Meghan's recent interview with Bloomberg was supposed to be her golden ticket, her grand opportunity to fix that broken image of hers. This was supposed to be the polished comeback, an interview to flip the script, to finally put her back on the winning side of the headlines. But instead, what did she do? She went back to the same tired routine, the victim card, again. She leaned back in that chair, smiled with that practiced poise, and launched right into the poor me narrative we've all heard 1,000 times. The misunderstood outsider, the mistreated duchess, the silenced voice, blah, blah, blah. But here's the kicker. The executives at Bloomberg weren't impressed. In fact, they were furious. Sources close to the situation say the executives felt blindsided by her tone, her remarks, and most of all, her attempt to spin herself once again as the eternal victim. And let's be real, it wasn't just boring. It was offensive. The people in that room, serious journalists, the kind who deal with global markets, politics, and high-stakes business every single day, felt insulted. They walked away saying, "We gave you the platform, and you wasted it." Think about that. Bloomberg, a brand built on credibility, accuracy, and sharp reporting, doesn't want to be dragged into Meghan's circus. They don't want to risk their brand reputation on someone who seems addicted to pity parties. And let's face it, this isn't the first time Meghan has overplayed her hand. We've seen this pattern again and again. Meghan steps into the spotlight, paints herself as the victim, targets powerful institutions, and then looks shocked when the backlash explodes. But this time, the rejection hit differently, because Bloomberg's response wasn't quiet, it wasn't subtle, it was absolute. They've slammed the door shut. And here's what that really means. Bloomberg isn't just saying no to Meghan Markle, they're sending a message to the entire industry. If Bloomberg can't stomach her act, who can? If Bloomberg refuses to be used as a stage for her endless grievances, why would anyone else risk it? Her words during that interview weren't just reckless, they were stale. The delivery was flat. The endless cries of victimhood were so exaggerated that even the most seasoned reporters in the room shifted uncomfortably in their seats. And when you bore serious journalists, honey, that's career suicide. It's almost tragic to see how far she's fallen. Just a few years ago, Meghan Markle was the darling of the American media. Every outlet wanted her story. She was portrayed as a revolutionary voice, a modern woman breaking free from the chains of royal tradition. She was painted as unstoppable, untouchable, a symbol of change. Fast forward to now, and what do we see? A crumbling empire. Netflix, exhausted. Spotify, walked away. Hollywood, keeping its distance. And now Bloomberg has joined the growing list of powerful names who want nothing to do with her. The narrative has shifted. No longer the brave trailblazer. Now, she's the overexposed celebrity who played the same victim card so many times that no one even believes it anymore. And the truth is brutal. The victim act works once, maybe twice, if the audience is forgiving. But Meghan has played that card in every single appearance, every single interview. And now, people are done. Executives behind the scenes are reportedly frustrated. They expected growth. They expected Meghan to show a new side of herself, maybe even some humility. But no, what they got was a rerun, the same old grievances, the same sob story, the same script she's been clinging to for years. That lack of evolution sealed her fate. And in the media world, being boring is worse than being hated. Hated people still get attention. Boring people are forgotten. Bloomberg's decision to cut ties is more than a rejection. It's a warning shot to everyone else. The fallout is massive. When Bloomberg makes a statement like this, other outlets take notice. If Bloomberg can't make Meghan work, why would anyone else even try? Her credibility, already hanging by a thread, has now snapped. She's toxic to touch. The reputation she once thrived on is collapsing, one closed door at a time. The more she talks, the more she loses. And while Meghan will likely try to spin this into yet another story of being silenced by powerful institutions, the truth is painfully obvious. Bloomberg isn't silencing anyone. They're protecting themselves. They're protecting their brand. They're refusing to let Meghan Markle's endless pity parade tarnish their reputation. And now that they've drawn this line, others will follow. And let's ask the obvious question. Where does Meghan even go from here? She can't crawl back to the royals. Hollywood is running out of patience, and the media, once her most powerful ally, is shutting its doors. Unless Meghan reinvents herself, and fast, she's staring at irrelevance. Once upon a time, she dreamed of building a media empire, but right now that empire is nothing more than rubble. Bloomberg's rejection was not just a snub, it was a final nail in the coffin. The sympathy? It's gone. The audience? Fed up. The industry? Moving on. But wait, Bloomberg isn't the only one pulling the plug. Netflix, the very platform that once threw buckets of cash at Meghan and Harry, is starting to see the same problem. The Meghan effect has worn off, and trust me, it's ugly. So here's the bombshell. Bloomberg's rejection isn't even Meghan's biggest nightmare right now. Oh no, because Netflix, the very platform that once bet millions on Meghan and Harry, is quietly pulling back too. Remember season 1 of their docuseries? The drama, the tears, the bombshells. It was a spectacle, the kind of royal scandal that made the world stop and binge watch. Ratings soared, social media exploded, and Netflix thought they had struck gold. Meghan and Harry were supposed to be their golden goose, their new streaming icons. But what happened next? The hype fizzled out faster than a cheap candle. Season 2 arrived with promises of fresh drama, a new angle, something to keep the world hooked. But instead, viewers got déjà vu. Same script, same storyline. Meghan as the misunderstood victim, Harry as the loyal sidekick, the royals as villains. It was like watching a rerun you didn't ask for. And audiences, they tuned out. Netflix executives, who once proudly flaunted the mega deal, are now panicking behind the scenes. Because the numbers don't lie. Season 2 is a flop. Critics are rolling their eyes. Even diehard supporters are yawning. And worse, social media, the place where buzz lives or dies, is silent. No viral clips, no storm of memes, no fiery debates. Just crickets. The so-called Meghan effect has officially flatlined. And here's the brutal truth. In the entertainment world, predictability is deadly. You cannot keep feeding audiences the same reheated leftovers and expect them to come back hungry. Season 1 was scandalous. Season 2, stale, painfully predictable. And Netflix knows it. Insiders whisper that some executives are even regretting giving Meghan and Harry so much creative control. They thought the couple would deliver groundbreaking content. Instead, they got the same pity party on repeat. Now Netflix is left asking, did we just throw good money after bad? Because let's face it, Meghan's novelty is gone. Her endless monologues about victimhood and unfair treatment don't sell anymore. People aren't buying it. And when even Netflix, with all its global reach and promotion, can't make people care, that's the loudest alarm bell you'll ever hear. Think about it. If Netflix can't sell Meghan Markle, who can? Hollywood thrives on reinvention, on keeping things fresh. Scandal will get you attention once, maybe twice. But if you don't evolve, if you don't deliver something new, the audience punishes you. And Meghan? She hasn't evolved. She's stuck on repeat, still trying to milk the same storyline that the world has heard 100 times. And let's not forget, Netflix poured millions into this deal. They expected longevity. They expected Meghan to become a content powerhouse producing hit after hit. Instead, she turned into a one-trick pony. And that trick? It's boring now. Season 2 feels forced, dragged out. Critics have called it dull, predictable, and lifeless. Even Meghan's supporters, the ones who once defended her at every turn, are admitting it's unwatchable. And Netflix isn't a charity. They're in the business of attention, and Meghan simply doesn't deliver anymore. And that's the real danger for her. Because if Netflix walks away, if they decide Meghan Markle isn't worth the investment, other platforms will follow. Amazon, Hulu, Apple TV, none of them will want to gamble on someone whose star has burned out. Here's what people forget. Meghan's power was never about her talent. It was about her scandal. She was a headline machine, a controversy magnet. But scandals have expiration dates. The shock wears off, the audience moves on, and unless you reinvent yourself, you get left behind. Right now, Meghan's biggest enemy isn't the royals, it isn't the tabloids, it isn't even her critics, it's audience fatigue. People are tired Tired of the endless complaints, tired of the blame game, tired of the same story, retold 100 different ways. And when the audience gets tired, the industry stops caring. Look at the numbers, look at the silence on social media, look at the frustration spilling out of Netflix boardrooms. It's all pointing to one truth. Meghan Markle's time is up. And let's be real, this flop is more than just a bad look. It's devastating for her career. Netflix won't keep throwing money at a sinking ship. Hollywood producers are watching closely, taking notes and quietly deciding whether Meghan Markle is worth the risk. Spoiler alert, she isn't. Her empire is crumbling faster than anyone expected. The royals don't want her back. Hollywood is distancing itself. Bloomberg has slammed the door shut. Netflix is running out of patience. And the media that once worshipped her, they've moved on. Once upon a time, Meghan Markle was a force. Loved, adored, celebrated. Now, she's just another cautionary tale. A woman who played the victim one too many times. And unless she reinvents herself immediately, unless she finds a way to step out of the pity party spotlight and offer something authentic, her legacy will be defined by the very thing that destroyed her, the endless, exhausting victim narrative. Bloomberg's rejection was the final warning. Netflix's disappointment is the proof. Meghan Markle's reign as the media's darling is over. The sympathy well is bone dry. And the industry isn't just walking away, it's running. The question now is simple. Will Meghan find a way to rebuild before it's too late? Or will she fade into irrelevance, remembered not as the trailblazer she once promised to be, but as the woman who squandered every opportunity by playing the same tired card? Time is running out. And right now, the clock isn't ticking in Meghan Markle's favor. And there you have it. Bloomberg has cut ties, Netflix is pulling back, and Meghan Markle's empire is collapsing piece by piece. What do you think? Has Meghan destroyed her own career with the endless victim act, or is there still a chance she can turn it around? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more explosive updates. Because trust me, this story is far from over, is far from over, is...